Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
The rain came down and the starting gun went off. Bloomsday 2024 did not disappoint today, just a little bit wetter than usual. Good evening and thanks for joining us here on a special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Jordan Smith. From wearing trash bags to t-shirts to no shirts at all, thousands of runners, they didn't let a little rain get in the way of having a great Bloomsday. Hunter Bertram shows us the journey along the race today.
In 1977, Spokane started this.
It's awesome. It's incredible.
A nearly 7.5-mile journey through the heart of the Lilac City. More than 30,000 Bloomies embraced the rain, beginning their trek in downtown. Running, wheeling, or walking.
Come on, guys. Good job.
All ages, all abilities, taking time to share a moment. We saw all the classics of Bloomsday's past. Runners ditching clothes, wearing costumes, honoring loved ones.
Good job. I just think it gives everybody a burst of energy. It's awesome to, watch their efforts.
Bloomsday goes beyond the race. It's a unique beacon that draws in people from all over the map. Everyone receiving that coveted award at the finish line.
Everybody that goes to work tomorrow will wear their new shirt. In school, they'll have their new shirts on.
Year after year, each runner earns a memorable t-shirt, revealed as the first runner crosses the finish line. But along the journey to get there, our community comes to support.
It's really special. Rain or shine. Actually, rain is better. It's better to be a little cooler for the runners. But I don't mind whatever the weather is.
Despite the drizzle, Glenda sat in her chair, cheering on the Bloomies on top of Doomsday Hill.
The worst of it's over! Good job! Woo-hoo!
Glenda used to walk Bloomsday. Instead, now she does what she says is her part in the tradition, cheering for friends, family, and most importantly, those who may be running here alone.
Good job!
Offering support from the sidelines. And that's the true meaning of Bloomsday.
This is a great community, and I just love this race. So it's fun. We do it every year. So
a challenging race, yet no matter what, smiles flood Spokane streets.
Here at the finish line, hundreds of people are finally catching their breath, and that's what today's all about. Bloomsday, our community coming together and completing this pretty difficult race as one. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Pretty difficult indeed. A lot of people were talking about finally hitting that hill for the first time, and it's a beast. The big reward, though, for running the nearly 7.5 miles in the rain, though, is that coveted t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Volunteers guided people through the tables of shirts, making sure that they had their tabs ripped off of their bibs, and in exchange, they got those shirts. This year's color, teal.
Shirts are great. I love the color, simple design. It looks like the perfect comfy day kind of shirt.
The perfect Monday back to work shirt for a little bit of bragging rights. Matt Gray joins us at the desk here. Matt, you got one of those shirts today.
I did. I got one of those shirts. I've got my teal on.
I was about to say,
here
yeah.
as well. Try and be in the celebratory mood. Number one, because I managed to cross the finish line.
That's right.
Number two, we get to all come in and get dry, and hopefully you have gotten a lot drier than you were if you were running Bloomsday earlier today, because it's been raining off and on all day long. We got a little break right about 1 in the afternoon or so, but it did not last all that long. And so the rain is coming down on a much quieter downtown Spokane this evening, and 46 degrees. We've been in the 40s largely all day long. And the rain is going to start to pick up in intensity around Spokane right now. You can see some more of those green colors, and it continues to kind of become, well, a lot more intense as you work your way towards Deer Park, the Deep Creek area, Medical Lake, and then further back into Lincoln County. It's been quieter today in Coeur d'Alene. It will not be a quiet night. Let's take a little zoom out and let's show you this band of showers that came through this morning. Well, guess what? It's flipped its direction. It's heading back the other way. And so that rain is coming our way once again. And it's not moving very fast. I'm sure many of you realized that this morning. We've got about 80 miles worth of wet weather. It's just not, it's not going to get out of here lickety-split, that's for sure. So most of the night, We're talking about more beneficial rain, and at least it's at night where we're all tucked in and asleep. Here's your planner for the evening. Not a lot of change in temperatures, not a lot of change in wet weather, but there are some big changes coming in your extended forecast. That's right. If this weekend did not do it for you, yeah, just wait. Things are going to get a lot warmer. We'll talk about that in your extended outlook coming up.
We're looking forward to it, Matt. Thanks for that. And still ahead here on this special edition of 4 News Now, you'll meet the 9-year-old chess star who some say is on track to become the best women's chess player in the world. Plus, tonight we'll see how some of our 4 News Now team, like Matt, fared in today's Bloomsday race. Coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Diamonds and Dreams is proudly sponsored by Taylor & Sons Chevrolet in Ponderay.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Hi, I'm Matt Gray with 4 News Now. For families with teenagers, here are some tips that can teach them more about money management.
Help them create a spending plan for their allowance or set up a game with a set amount of money. Work together on a budget process for a family party or an upcoming vacation. Allow them to make some decisions about expenses. Talk about how some of their choices will impact the rest of the budget for the event.
There are lots of great ways to teach your kids about money. For more tips, go to becu.org.
Get ready for her life, her music, her legend. Live on stage, The Cher Show.
May 18th and 19th only. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
They found Lily Watkins.
Teenage girl who went missing 13 years ago. She was strangled.
She put up a fight. Let's finish it for her.
What'd you learn about the boyfriend?
Are you arresting me?
Not yet.
There's 60,000 black women missing in this country. We're gonna get justice for this one.
Lily Watkins mattered.
It's not adding up. I'm missing something.
She was here. Come on.
And what really happened to her?
Will Trent, new Tuesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Bad sleep?
The worst.
There's really no excuse for bad sleep during the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or check out the Summit Easy on the Wallet for only $299.99. Save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
We invite you to experience excellence. Choose George Gee Kia Spokane. Shop us and you'll see we have
the best team in the Pacific Northwest.
George Gee Kia Spokane is locally owned and family operated. Located in Liberty Lake, just off I-90. At George Gee Kia Spokane, our mission is to exceed your expectations. We look forward to helping you find your new Kia. Visit the George Gee Kia team in Liberty Lake off I-90 or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
There you see it, more than 30,000 people running or walking in Bloomsday 2024. The race kicked off with the elite athletes just before 9 a.m. But as sports director Julian Minenzone shows us today, Bloomsday attracts all different types of participants, including some of the people right here at 4 News Now.
Well, Bloomsday is always headlined by the top-tier athletes who come from all over the world to run this course. However, we had some elite athletes of our own, and they're right in our office at 4 News Now. We caught up with some of the KXLY crew members to see how they did on Bloomsday 2024. We're here with Ursula and Steven, 4 News Now producers. Guys, you excited for Bloomsday? You're second, you're first. How you feeling?
Yes. I'm feeling great. My socks are wet, but it's going to be fun.
I'm in much higher spirits. It's one of the biggest events we have of the year around here. It's just so much fun. Everyone comes out, rain or shine, obviously.
It's wet. Like, there's so many people out here. This is about the fastest we can go.
Marissa, You got it done, and under your time you wanted 70, you ended up getting?
A little, like 69, just a little, just right under 70.
That's amazing. So how was your first Bloomsday experience?
Oh, it was so much fun. I honestly thought I was going to do much worse, but the adrenaline of everyone cheering you on, and the rain actually felt pretty good.
Is Bloomsday something you're going to want to continue to do now that you've done it for the first time?
For sure. I honestly think even if I move away from Spokane, I'll want to come back. This is a lot of fun.
I happened to run into some alums here. John Hendricks, former reporter, Aaron Luna, former anchor. Guys, how did it feel out there running Bloomsday?
Well, John started out with a pretty brisk pace, so I was trying to keep up with him. And then the first couple miles, you're weaving in and out, passing as many people as you can just to get your stride going.
Did he keep up with you pretty good, or?
I saw him back there a couple times.
Back there, huh? You kind of waved to him?
Yeah, give him a good wave.
What makes Bloomsday so special in your guys' eyes?
I think it's just the people, the bands, the support, everyone's kind of running together, people cheering. That's what kind of makes it special for me.
So as you can see, young and old, current and former 4 News Now team members, it's a reason why Bloomsday is so special. Reporting in Spokane, Julian Minutezone, 4 News Now Sports.
Some great interviews there. And here are the final Bloomsday results for the elite divisions. In the men's elite division, the fastest time clocked in at just under 35 minutes. We also had an American finish in the top 3 with Diego Estrada coming in second place. And Sarah Nebe of Kenya took first in the women's elite division with a time of 39 minutes. This was her 8th time running Bloomsday. She's also a former Broad Street Run champion. And finally, here are the winners of the elite wheelchair division. Herman Garrick is the men's champion, finishing in just under 31 minutes. Meade's Hannah Diedrich wins the women's division at just under 40 minutes. Both are first-time champions, as last year's men's and women's champions are getting ready for the Paralympics in August. And Matt, man, we saw you out there. Was this your first time running it?
Yes.
How was it? How do you feel now?
Less soaked. Got soaked through pretty good, combination of the rain and the sweat. And if you take the first place time and you multiply it by like 5.5, you'll get wide time there. So
yeah,
that's my challenge for you, Jordan. You have to finish over 19,800 place, and then you will get bragging rights on this desk.
Absolutely.
For
I'm coming
the team
for you
here.
next year.
Oh yeah,
next year.
You know, I'm actually going to do some work this time. Actually put some training in. Oh well, as you can imagine, the weather was a big topic today. Let's talk about a very big topic coming up here over the next few days, which is how beautiful Mother's Day weekend is about to look here, folks. This has been a trend since the middle of the past week, and it keeps getting stronger and stronger as far as indications go. This is the temperature outlook from the U.S. Climate Prediction Center. We're right in the bullseye for much warmer than average temperatures starting Mother's Day weekend and heading into the week beyond. So how do we get there? Well, we start with a little bit more rain. 40 degrees tonight, more wet weather, a south wind just like we've been seeing all day long. The wet weather will start to ease off, however, once we get into the early hours of the morning. And once again, if you're just joining us here on 4 News Now at this special time here, it's almost 7:15. We've got a lot of wet weather that's coming back towards Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and will be moving out to the east as we go through the night. Let's show you that on our simulated radar. It'll be about 1 or 2 in the morning before things start to calm down a little bit around Spokane. It's going to take a lot longer, more like 5 or 6 in the morning in Coeur d'Alene. And yeah, Lookout Pass, might see a few snowflakes, but this time of the year, it's usually just a curiosity and not a driving hazard, thank goodness, here in the month of May. Then as we get to the afternoon, don't put the raincoats away just yet. You're still going to need them tomorrow because we're going to be seeing scattered showers, and yeah, could hear a few rumbles of thunder around the region, especially as you work your way south towards the Palouse and the Blue Mountains, where things will be lasting a little bit longer. It'll be more like 7 or 8 o'clock before we start to see things fade out here. It'll be more like 4 or 5 o'clock around Spokane and around Coeur d'Alene before things calm down. So there is your forecast for tomorrow. It will be a little warmer, 57 for the afternoon, as there will be some sunshine in between those showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Now, big picture. I want to talk about this here. Cool air, big storm system. On Tuesday, it's going to try and push its way back into North Idaho. So while I expect Spokane to be dry after Monday, some of our North Idaho friends, especially as you work north into the Panhandle from Coeur d'Alene, you may have another day of wet weather. We'll be keeping you updated as the days go by here. Then the high pressure comes in, and oh boy, we're going to warm up, and we're going to warm up fast. So we go from low 60s Tuesday, mid 60s Wednesday, Thursday, mid-70s, and things get absolutely beautiful out there. And you know what? Our first average 80-degree day is usually around the 12th of May. What do you know? Just in time here for Mother's Day weekend. It looks like our first 80s of the year are going to be at least through Saturday and Sunday, and we might get close to that on Friday, too.
Looking like a great weekend ahead there, Matt. Thank you for that. Well, this is Bodana Sivandan. She is a 9-year-old chess star who some say is on track to become the best women's chess player in the world. She's a girl playing a game dominated by men, and she's crushing them, which makes her accomplishments even more remarkable, and she's not scared of the competition at all.
I wanted to play the highest rated player, which is Magnus Carlsen now. I like to play like harder opponents, so if I lose I can learn from them, and I can learn from what they're doing.
And her mom feels proud and happy, saying as long as Bodana is enjoying it and is willing to put in the hard work, she can achieve anything. A great story there. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Contact the Card Clinic at libbyasbestos.org.
My name's Matt Dillon. I'm the marshal.
Memorable Westerns.
That's what we've been looking for.
Watch weekdays on MeTV 4.2.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Fred Meyer, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices. Savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Fred Meyer worth it every time.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Are you ready for May showers? Showers of cash? That's right, the Kootenai Casino is giving away thousands of dollars to lucky players every single day. And you could be next. We've got super spring deals on spa, food, and room nights. Stay at the Kootenai Falls Lodge midweek starting at just $89. Or upgrade to a Riverview room for $109. Plus a huge Memorial Day and Victoria Day celebration. Don't miss out this May. Book your getaway today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
1122 King Road, where 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death. For one young woman, just a few short months before those murders, it was home.
That could have happened while I was there.
The bond she and her housemate shared, broken by a killer.
I feel like right then and there I kind of just knew that something was wrong.
It's the story you haven't heard, why she's telling it now, in a mission to keep every student safe. Watch The Roommate's Promise, Tuesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
Hi, I'm Matt Gray with 4 News Now. For families with teenagers, here are some tips that could teach them more about money management.
Get a check register and enter a set amount of money in it like it was a paycheck from a job. Then walk them through what to deduct if they were living on their own. Car payments, rent, food costs, and internet. And give them options of buying some fun things too. Have them work through those deductions to get an idea of what bills should be paid first.
There are lots of great ways to teach your kids about money. For more tips, go to becu.org.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Thanks for staying with us here. A Moses Lake police officer and a suspect were both shot last night during a domestic disturbance check at a Motel 6. Moses Lake police say when officers arrived, police and the suspect engaged in gunfire. Both the officer and the suspect were struck by gunfire. They were taken to a hospital. The officer did have to undergo surgery, but he is now recovering. The suspect has been treated and has been released. It's not clear what prompted the shooting at this hour. This week, the DEA could move to change marijuana from a Class 2 drug to a Class 3, which could make sales easier here in the U.S. Even though Washington legalized recreational marijuana almost a decade ago, sales are still considered to violate the law. Federal law, rather. Business owners in Washington say that they're looking forward to a potential tax break if the scheduling changes, which could save some businesses. The DEA's potential change still has to be approved by the White House. And if it takes effect, it will be the agency's most significant change in policy in more than 50 years. A Washington politician has been charged with the murder of a 20-year-old woman. Joel Moreno has the story.
Investigators could be seen throughout the day going in and out of the home of James McNeil, collecting evidence and leaving neighbors stunned.
We know him fairly well, or we thought we knew him fairly well.
Tom Agnew served with McNeil on the Bothell City Council and was surprised to see a heavily armed SWAT unit in his neighborhood.
When a search warrant is served with the seriousness of this crime, SWAT is usually called.
McNeil is well known in this community, not just for serving 2 terms as a Bothell City Council member, but also for his efforts to save a golf course from development and preserve it as green space. Jody Shish says that's why she voted for him.
His bio was really great. His education seemed good. So with all this happening, it did seem kind of like a shock.
But McNeil is now charged with killing a 20-year-old woman who worked as a stripper and who he started dating. On Tuesday, police say he came out of a townhouse in South Seattle covered in blood, and the woman's body was inside.
Most people that know him, their first impression was, this is an April Fool's joke, right? Because we were stunned by it. We'd never seen that type of action from him.
In court, a judge set bail at $3 million. Charging papers show that McNeil was supporting his girlfriend with up to $10,000 a month. Investigators also found notes written by the victim describing McNeil as mentally and emotionally abusive. Neighbors say McNeil is married with 2 teenage sons, but recently separated from his wife.
They separated this summer, and obviously it was harder on him mentally than we all thought.
Well, still to come here, we'll tell you which former Spokane Valley City Council member is now running for state representative. And the polls show a tight race between 2 unpopular candidates for president. The challenges both presidential candidates face. Coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
How much money can you save in the McDonald's app? Enough that you're willing to skip your go-to order and try something new. When the deal's this good, you can wild out every day. Save money with the app.
BECU isn't like other financial institutions, and the difference is people. Because we're not for profit, there's no boardroom of billionaires maximizing their margins. Our biggest stakeholders are people like you. It's our members who make money meaningful, so we focus on helping them thrive. It's the art student bringing beauty to his community that makes a college loan matter. It's the mother building her family's foundation that makes a mortgage matter. It's people that make BECU matter. People like you.
1122 King Road, where 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death. For one young woman, just a few short months before those murders, it was home.
That could have happened while I was there.
The bond she and her housemate shared, broken by a killer.
I feel like right then and there, I kind of just knew that something was wrong.
It's the story you haven't heard, why she's telling it now in a mission to keep every student safe. Watch The Roommate's Promise, Tuesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
So dude, I did the most shocking thing today. It was just something I never thought I'd do.
Did your parents find out?
My mom cried.
What'd you do?
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
We are part of an operation.
Is this our Combat Operations Center?
We're approaching the gate. Militants came in from different directions. Nuclear reactor. So you have a couple loaded and ready to go. The house is destroyed, but the flag...
Not a carry in it.
How important is made to USA?
Great work.
Hi. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Ismail? David.
I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
It's buy one, get one for $1. Bagel sandwiches, McMuffin, hash browns, and more.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Watch The Kelly Clarkson Show at its new time, weekdays at 3 on KXLY.
Today, former Spokane Valley City Council member Brandy Peets announced her candidacy for Washington State Representative of the 4th Legislative District. Peets plans to run as a Republican who has 6 years of experience on the Spokane Valley City Council and 2 years of experience as deputy mayor. Current Representative Leonard Christian plans to run for state senate. The presidential election is exactly 6 months away, and polls show a tight race between two unpopular candidates. Perry Rousseau has a look at the challenges that both candidates are facing.
With just 6 months until Election Day, the latest ABC News Ipsos poll shows President Biden and former President Trump are still very close in the polls.
In our poll, Donald Trump has a very slight edge over Joe Biden among all adults. But if you hone in just on registered voters or likely voters, you actually get the opposite result, and a few-point edge for Joe Biden.
Over the weekend, the former president hosting a multi-day retreat with Republicans at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. The event featuring donors, party leaders, close allies of Trump, and some potential VP candidates. Republican Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas has also been mentioned as a possible running mate. Appearing on This Week, he was critical of the White House's handling of the campus protests.
You can protest all you want. If you want to make a fool of yourself and support a terrorist group, you can do that. Now, if you're a foreigner, you can't. And where's Joe Biden's administration demanding that universities turn over the names of any foreign students here on a visa, revoking those visas and deporting them?
Last week, President Biden making his third visit to North Carolina so far this year, touting his infrastructure law, which is funding lead pipe removal in North Carolina as he looks to win over voters in the traditionally red state.
Governor Cooper dedicated $2 billion from the American Rescue Plan for 800 clean water projects all across this state. A landmark bipartisan infrastructure law is allowing states across the nation to do more by investing in a record $15 billion so far, nationwide.
But this election is shaping up to be a race between two relatively unpopular candidates.
Joe Biden viewed favorably by only 40% of the country, 33% of the country only. That's a third of people overall have a favorable impression of Donald Trump.
Biden's job approval as president, just 35%, while 44% say they now approve of how Trump handled the job of president, up significantly since he left office. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, it's the start of graduation season, and some Washington State University students walked across the stage yesterday. And this Friday, students from WSU's colleges of nursing, pharmacy, and medicine will attend their commencements. But with protests at colleges around the nation recently, some schools are canceling commencement ceremonies because of what they're calling safety concerns. Rick Damigella reports.
This weekend saw universities across America hold graduation ceremonies as well as arrests in the ongoing pro-Palestinian campus protests. In Los Angeles, police cleared out a protest encampment at USC, but did not make any arrests Sunday morning, according to the school. The university has called off its main commencement ceremony, citing what the school says are security concerns.
The campus has really been on edge for the last couple days, especially with a email that was sent out by President Carol Folt last night expressing that the university was committed to holding commencement, that while it supported free speech, it also had limits.
At the University of Michigan, banners with opposing messages flew overhead, and some protesters were removed during the school's main graduation ceremony on Saturday. At the University of Virginia, police arrested over 24 people after they took down tents and cleared out protesters Saturday.
Gas that has been sprayed. We don't know if that is tear gas, but you can see that there's been gas that has been sprayed as they are moving in, and there is fighting in between them.
Former Republican Senator Ben Sasse, who is now the University of Florida president, called for school officials nationwide to, quote, step up and mind their own shops.
You don't get to take over the whole university. People don't get to spit at cops. You don't get to barricade yourselves in buildings. You don't get to disrupt somebody else's commencement.
I'm Rick Damigella reporting.
Well, today, with all the rain during the race itself for Bloomsday, likely top two for wettest since this whole thing got kicked off in 1977. So, hey, 1984 Bloomsday, looks like you're probably still in the lead. We'll keep crunching the numbers and we'll let you know. But, boy, if you are not a fan of this rain, we've got some good weather on the way. We'll show you that coming up in your forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This Memorial Day at Furniture Row, we're prepping for savings so big, they're backing them in by the truckload. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out doorbusters while they last. Plus 6 years, no interest. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
we invite you to experience excellence. Choose George Gee Kia Spokane. Shop us and you'll see we have
the best team in the Pacific Northwest.
George Gee Kia Spokane is locally owned and family operated. Located in Liberty Lake, just off I-90. At George Gee Kia Spokane, our mission is to exceed your expectations. We look forward to helping you find your new Kia. Visit the George Gee Kia team in Liberty Lake off I-90 or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
Look who Robin's hanging with this Wednesday on GMA.
Elmo! Hi there!
Miss Robin! When Elmo asked, how's everyone doing? Elmo went viral with over 217 million views and counting. And now, Elmo's with Robin, checking in on you, America.
Miss Robin, Elmo is so glad that you came to visit Elmo on Sesame Street.
Wednesday on...
Good morning, America! You heard Elmo! Are you gonna do it?
MASH is a must.
Yeah, what more do you want?
It's MASH CTV on MeTV.
See what you started?
It's 2 full hours of MASH C laughs.
What about rank? Can I help it if I'm not as rank as you?
MASH C characters.
You wanted to see me?
And MASH C.
Oh, it's a picture of General MacArthur in the nude.
TV.
Television, the wave of the future.
I thought I'd seen it all.
See MASH.
MASH, weeknights beginning at 6 on MeTV 4.2.
Starting Monday, watch The Kelly Clarkson Show at a new time, weekdays at 3, only on KXLY ABC 4.
Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
This Memorial Day at Furniture Row, we're prepping for savings so big, they're backing them in by the truckload. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out Doorbusters while they last. Plus 6 years, no interest. The Memorial Day Super Sale. On now at Furniture Row.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
The 48th annual Bloomsday Race brought in runners from all over the world. More than 10 different countries were represented in the elite athlete divisions. There were also a number of athletes from here in the Inland Northwest, including a coach and his former runner from Moscow High School, who say competing in Bloomsday brings back some fond memories.
Besides, Bloomsday is always going to get you, no matter who you are. But after that, it felt so good to coast home and see this finish line, have everybody cheering on.
And Bloomsday also featured athletes from our 4 News Now studios. A number of our on-air talent participated this year, including meteorologist Matt Gray and 4 News Now reporter Marissa Rio, who finished under her target time of 70 minutes.
Going up Doomsday, how was that? You've heard about it, but you finally got to experience that.
Yeah, I kept telling myself mind over matter. When my body was saying stop, my mind was like, go, go, go. And I didn't stop, so that made me happy. But it was pretty hard.
And you can visit our website, KXLY.com, to see how some of our on-air talent fared today at Bloomsday. Meanwhile, here are the final Bloomsday results for the elite divisions. In the men's elite division, the fastest time clocked in at a modest 35 minutes. And we also had an American finish in the top 3 with Diego Estrada coming in 2nd place. And Sarah Nebe of Kenya took first in the women's elite division with a time of 39 minutes. And this was her 8th time running Bloomsday. She's also a former Broad Street Run champion. And finally, here are the winners of the elite wheelchair division. Herman Garrick is the men's champion, finishing in just under 31 minutes. And Meade's Hannah Diedrich won the women's division at just under 40 minutes. Both are first-time champions, as last year's men's and women's champions are getting ready for the Paralympics in August. And despite the rain, the water stations were busy along the route. Very popular, with many volunteers who stood out in the rain handing out those cups to runners. And we talked to one woman who said she didn't mind the rain. She just wanted to be a part of Bloomsday in some fashion and be a part of the great Spokane tradition. As meteorologist Matt Gray tells us, there was a lot of rain out there today.
Oh, there was a lot of rain, and you definitely needed to be at the water stations because, like your dad says, it's not the heat, it's the humidity, and it was at 100% all through the race. And hey, right now, because after what's been kind of a drizzly afternoon and start to the evening, the rain is coming back to Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So we get 2 rounds, and we talked about this a little yesterday, but here it is. Let's show you who's starting to see the rain pick up, and that includes downtown Spokane. You go right across the state line, though. Things have been a lot quieter so far this afternoon, but the rain just a little lighter. It's going to pick up here over the next hour, hour and a half or so, and then through a good portion of the night, we'll continue to see what is some much needed rain. It's been a dry start to spring in the inland Northwest, so we could use all of this. And Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, you've been left out of the party for a few hours. You're going to get yours as well, although it's going to be a little bit later in the evening as we head towards that 9, 10 o'clock hour. Then as you head further south, the heaviest rain, at least shown up on our radar, moving into the Palouse region. You head further south, though, it's just light sprinkles as you work your way into the LC Valley. And who can enjoy drying out weather for tonight? Well, it's places like the Grand Coulee, Coulee City, Ephrata, and Moses Lake. The rain stopped. This is all headed to the east and away from you. But there's more rain on the way for tomorrow. Now, this round of rain is going to be out of here by the morning hours. It'll be dry in the morning, but not all that warm. And then a chance for showers and even a few rumbles of thunder. So I'll help you time that out as we kick off the week. And we'll talk about some big changes in your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. Well, for decades, just about every major event in America found the Goodyear blimp up in the sky, giving us a view from up above. And Expo 74 was one of those events. Derek Dice has this vintage Air 4 adventure.
For decades, America has watched sporting events through a lens mounted on the Goodyear blimp. In 1974, one of the famous blimps called the Spokane Airport home. This is it, the Columbia, being launched to fly over Expo 74. The KXOI crew went along for the ride. The film shows the blimp flying over Spokane from the west. You can see I-90 and the railroad tracks below. And take a look at this, the Monroe Street Bridge, a row of railroad warehouses instead of Kendall Yards on the west side. The now blue bridge is actually red and white. The beauty of the Spokane River and the falls is on full display, just what the city had hoped for. This is the Soviet Pavilion from above. It's now the Lilac Bowl. You can follow the trail of visitors and see the Riblet chairlift crossing the river and Washington Street. The clock tower, just as it stands today. The large white building on the right is the Republic of China Pavilion. The honeycomb-looking building, the Japanese Pavilion. The yellow and red dome, the Kodak Pavilion. Naomi Rogers, wife of then Spokane Mayor David Rogers, said her greatest thrill of Expo 74 was piloting the blimp as it hovered over the park.
A great look back at time there. And the Expo 74 celebration kicked off in Riverfront Park yesterday. And the next 9 weeks will be chock full of events for the whole family to enjoy. Coming up this week, on Wednesday, you can head to the Spokane Valley Library for a talk on climate change. And this Friday through Sunday, you can stop by the Asian Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Festival, where you'll find a luau, fire dancers, craft stations, and a petting zoo. After the festival, check out the Club 74 Speakeasy, and at an outdoor 70s style venue with music, a dance floor, and local drinks. And then on Saturday, the 11th, the Junior Lilac Parade starts at 10:30 downtown. Or you can sign up for a bird walk at Mount Spokane with the Spokane Audubon Society. That's just a few of the awesome events coming up this week. For a full list, you can head to our website, KXOI.com. Washington State Patrol says the warm weather is drawing more dangerous drivers onto the roads. A look ahead at the statistics coming up here. Plus a look back at Expo 74 as the celebrations kicked off for the 50th anniversary on Saturday. We've got some sights and sounds coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Thinking I should bring back my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken combos for $6.99? You're in luck. I did. If you weren't thinking that, I bet you are now. My popcorn chicken combos are only $6.99. Get them sauced and loaded for just $1 more.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
Our kitchen used to look like this. So I went to the Par Design Center, where they helped me choose my cabinets, countertops, and hardware, and we love the results.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Hey.
If it feels like everything you say to your teenager goes in one ear and out the other, you're not alone. But even when it seems like they aren't listening, they are, especially when it comes to a topic like drugs. Find time in everyday moments to share facts, teach refusal skills, and answer their questions about drugs, including opioids like fentanyl, because your words matter. Get the conversation started today.
Idaho Public Television and PBS Kids offer a wide range of resources to help your children learn and grow while at home, including apps, games, and the PBS Kids channel stream, all for free. There are additional age-appropriate resources at our PBS Kids for Parents site, too. Sign up for a daily newsletter that offers activities and tips. PBS Learning Media is also a great tool for teaching at home. You'll find all of these resources and more at idahoptv.org/kids.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
1122 King Road, where 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death. For one young woman, just a few short months before those murders, it was home.
That could have happened while I was there.
The bond she and her housemate shared, broken by a killer.
I feel like right then and there I kind of just knew that something was wrong.
It's the story you haven't heard, why she's telling it now in a mission to keep every student safe. Watch The Roommate's Promise, Tuesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
Studies show people like to get more for less. So I'm giving you not just one Jumbo Jack burger, but 2 for only $5. Statistically speaking, that's a lot more for a lot less. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
On the north bank of Riverfront Park, you'll find an updated version of the iconic butterflies from Expo 74. The original butterflies were lilac, purple, yellow, red, and yellow to a dark red fade. As Chris Crocker shows us, it was the 1970s, and like a butterfly, Spokane emerged from a cocoon of urban blight and took flight for the world to see.
It was a magical summer. A decade after Camelot vanished from Washington, D.C., it existed again for 6 short months in Spokane. A popular song issued the invitation.
Come, enjoy Up with People.
Meet me by the river for Expo 74, and 5 million people did.
Celebrating tomorrow's fresh new environment.
Here is the actual news film shot by KXLY photographers 50 years ago. We see ourselves as we once were. Our clothes were different. Our world was different. Gasoline sold for only 51 cents a gallon, and our then Congressman Tom Foley had yet to become Speaker of the House.
Washington is a very young state. We came in the Union in 1889.
Acting in my capacity as President of the United States, it is my high honor and privilege to declare Expo 74 officially open to all the citizens of the world.
President Richard Nixon officially opened Expo 74, then a physically healthy, though politically ill, President of the United States.
Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
Nixon's resignation was one of the predictions that came true that summer. Others, like this one from Lawrence Welk, did not.
It seems to me that a great many of the younger people today are moving away from the real hard acid rock and moving over to a more sensible type music, a more melody music.
Expo 74 was an environmental exposition. Visitors to the U.S. Pavilion learned the Earth does not belong to man, man belongs to the Earth. And so it is fitting that the legacy of that World's Fair in Spokane 50 years ago is a patch of land and thundering water. Children who came with their parents to Expo 74 now bring their grandchildren to Riverfront Park.
And it's hard to think where we would be without that beautiful park. Certainly a lot of people there today. As Bloomsday, well, went off without a hitch in the rain, and the rain got a little bit of a break earlier this afternoon, but it has all come back here this evening, and you can see the motion on our loop of the satellite and radar picture over the last few hours. That wet weather moving now to the east, where it was moving to the west this morning, pushing its way back through the inland northwest. And so we'll continue with wet weather across North Idaho and the eastern third of Washington tonight. It'll be dry as you head further west, places like Omak, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, and Wenatchee. And then for tomorrow, a similar story where a lot of the Columbia Basin will be on the drier side of things, but as you work your way up in elevation and into the Idaho Panhandle, you'll be looking in the afternoon at least for some cooler temperatures and also a chance for some showers and perhaps even a few thunderstorms. So let's show you how this will play out here. First of all, by the time we get to about 5 or 6 in the morning, the wet weather is done around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, or at least the wet weather that's moving through right now. We got more to come here by the afternoon. Heating of the day fires off a couple of showers, very similar to what we saw a couple of weeks ago. We'll see rain, and as I said before, could see a few or hear a few rumbles of thunder, see a few lightning strikes. And this is going to be kind of that 5-minute rain where the shower moves in, it rains pretty heavy for a little bit, and then it is out of here. So certainly a great time to have the 4 News Now weather app. Track those showers as they move in. So this is about noon. We're thinking about noon to about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're going to see those showers push through the area. It'll be a little bit longer as you head further south onto the Palouse and into places like the LC Valley. Will likely be until like 7 or 8 o'clock. Elsewhere, though, I expect by the time many of us are driving home from work that we will have kind of ended the festivities for the day. And then we'll see what happens with Tuesday. There's going to be some moisture that's going to try and push its way back into North Idaho. So for now, we'll give it a cursory 20% chance, and we'll kind of see where things take us over the next couple of days in the forecast. But what we are very confident in is once Tuesday's gone, things are going to be much drier and things are going to be much, much warmer. That's right. First 80s of the year, pretty confident that they're going to be making an appearance at some point or another over the next 7 to 10 days. Our outlook for the Climate Prediction Center has us in the bullseye. You can't get much higher than this. In fact, you can't get higher than this on the color scale. So above normal temperatures. And take a look at this weekend for Mother's Day. Tell you what, make your plans with confidence and maybe break out the shorts and the flip-flops because you're going to need them. Where we're talking about low 80s, some mid 80s likely in the Columbia Basin, if not even maybe some upper 80s. So yeah, things are going to be a whole lot different, Jordan, in just a few days from now. And I tell you what, after running in the rain through Bloomsday, I'm going to be enjoying that warm-up.
Absolutely. Time to break out the sunglasses and the shorts and T-shirts, Matt. Well, May is Motorcycle and Bicycle Safety Awareness Month, and Washington State Patrol says the warm weather, while nice, is drawing more people onto the roads, and they want to remind you to always check your blind spots, to use those mirrors, and to pay attention whatever mode of transportation you're using this month. According to WSP, so far this year, Washington has had over 3,000 impaired driver arrests, nearly 9,000 seatbelt violations, over 38,000 aggressive drivers, and 61 fatal collisions. To brush up on the rules of the road, head to the website listed on your screen there. Construction on 2 major roads is set to begin on Monday. Old asphalt will be removed and new asphalt will be poured onto Monroe Street and on Magnesium Road. Monroe Street between Francis Avenue and Kiernan Avenue will be reduced to 1 lane in each direction. You can see it marked out on the screen there. Lanes will be closed on Magnesium Road between Division and Nevada Street. So something to keep in mind coming up this week. Well, if your kid is preparing to go to college, but you're struggling to navigate the process of applying for financial aid, the College Success Foundation is available to help you this Thursday at Ferris High School. They're hosting a financial aid night from 5:30 to 7:30 to help you get the support that you need with FAFSA, WASFA, and other financial aid topics. Bring all your questions and an electronic device you can use to fill out forms. There will also be a dinner and a raffle for gift cards that students can participate in. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Still ahead, a disturbing rise in what's being called flash mob robberies, where the stolen items are ending up. Coming up here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Fleet Feet Spokane is your locally owned resource for all your walking and running needs.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
I'm Doug Trudeau with Trudeau's Marina. Summer's just around the corner. It's time to get out on the water. We have the most popular boats in the industry, premium crafted Sea Ray boats, family fun Bayliner boats, including the Element Series, VR Series, and DX Series boats. Heyday surf boats, great way to get on the water and go surfing. Crestliner fishing boats, and new this year, Princecraft pontoons. So if you're in the market for a boat, come in and see us at Trudeau's Marina in downtown Spokane.
My mental health was better, but uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven for reducing TD. Most people saw results in just 2 weeks. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds. Only #1 prescribed Ingrezza has simple dosing for TD. Always 1 pill once daily. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have thoughts of suicide. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects including angioedema, potential heart rhythm problems, and abnormal movements. Report fevers, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these may be life-threatening. Sleepiness is the most common side effect.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Things just keep getting better at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our all-new 175-room resort hotel is opening soon. Elevate your experience with luxurious accommodations, state-of-the-art amenities, and exquisite dining. Visit SpokaneTribeCasino.com for more details. You just win here.
Fleet Feet Spokane is a proud sponsor of Bloomsday 2024.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
There's been a disturbing rise in what's being called flash mob robberies, where large groups are targeting stores and making off with large amounts of inventory. ABC's Zareen Shaw has a look at where some of those stolen goods are ending up.
It's an early morning massive retail raid. Over 100 LA County Sheriff's deputies moving into multiple locations, leading to millions recovered in allegedly stolen goods.
I'm confident to say it'll probably approach 10 million.
Deputies breaking down the back door of one downtown LA warehouse this week, filled, authorities say, from the floor to the ceiling with stolen items.
During many of our operations, we've recovered firearms. Like in this operation as well, we recovered firearms. So, and it's very heart-pounding, to be honest with you, because you just don't know what's on the other side of the door.
Later that day, deputies arresting 8 people they say were involved in the alleged theft. Retailers around the country have been grappling with smash-and-grab robberies. According to a study by the Council on Criminal Justice, shoplifting incidents reported to police were 16% higher in study cities looked at in the first half of 2023 compared to the first half of 2019. And the incidents can sometimes take a dangerous turn. In August, a security guard had to be treated after he was sprayed with a mace-like substance when nearly 30 suspects rushed into a Nordstrom, taking up to $100,000 in merchandise in mere moments.
The amount of retail that is stolen both from stores, trucks, trains, airplanes is unbelievable. It's in the billions of dollars.
Tonight, an urgent search is underway in New Mexico for a 10-month-old baby girl. Her mother and another woman were found shot to death in a park in the small town of Clovis. The baby's 5-year-old sister was found injured at the scene. Authorities believe the baby was abducted by the suspect who killed the women. The FBI and state police sending out canines and a dive team to the search area near where Aaliyah was last spotted.
We're very concerned for the safety, location of this child.
The search is ongoing. Police say the fathers of both the baby and 5-year-old are cooperating with law enforcement. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe
However you unwind, take time for you, so you can take care of business.
Join STCU Best of Broadway for classic comedies, family favorites, and blockbuster hits live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Season tickets include Stephen Sondheim's smash hit musical comedy Company, Funny Girl, the hit Broadway show with one of the greatest musical scores of all time, hilarious fan favorite Beetlejuice, feel-good celebration Mamma Mia, and the multi-Tony Award-winning new musical MJ. Order season tickets to reserve your seats now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Attention Kalispell, have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Schedule your free asbestos health screening on May 20th through the 22nd at the Hilton Garden Inn. Contact the Card Clinic to reserve your spot today.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25,
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Summer starts now. The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. New peanut butter cookie dough party. New picnic peach cobbler. And more delicious flavors. All summer long. And all part of the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Summer starts here, even here, and definitely here. Start summer now. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
All right, so some rain tomorrow, Jordan, but not as wet, not nearly as wet as it was today. Yeah. More like that 5-minute shower that comes in and out. Maybe we hear a few rumbles of thunder. I don't know. As a Florida guy, I'm excited about it. I like a good thunderstorm. We've been waiting for thunderstorm season to get started. And I tell you what, if you get some warm temperatures and you get a storm right after that, that will start your thunderstorm season for sure. And, well, at least we got one ingredient of that in the 7-day forecast. I tell you what, I think people are really going to be looking forward to some of that weather at the back end of the week.
I think a lot of Bloomies are wondering where that weather was today. They're like, what the heck?
Why are you looking at me so accusingly saying that?
I don't know, just a little suspicious. The guy who runs Bloomsday, and it's raining on Bloomsday. I don't know what there is.